Hi, everybody. Make sure you guys hit the like button as you come in. Make sure you guys hit the like button as you come in, guys. We're going to um, allow me a moment. Let me play this intro right quick, and I'll be right back with you.
CBG News, CBG News. Let's talk about it.
Okay, guys. So just allow me a moment here. Hopefully everyone had a wonderful day on today. Thank you guys for coming in. Just give me a minute. Just give me 1 minute here. Someone has just allow me 1 minute. I know I haven't been here in a minute, but I haven't been here since Friday. um Hey Edward, how are you? How are you on today? Um y'all, I just been dealing with my kids and um this crazy. I'm gonna have to it's crazy work. Um but I am here. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Hey Trisha. Everybody had a good weekend. What did you guys do this weekend? I'm gonna let y'all know we're gonna do the little. We're gonna today since today is the last day of Black History. I do want to shine the light on some people in Black history that maybe did it first, or some people that we haven't talked about. Now I am not gonna sing lift every voice and sing sorry. I'm not in the mood for that. But I am going to talk about some people in our history that I have researched. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that, besides the ones that we talk about every day, like Martin Luther King and Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, um, all those kind of people that paved the way for us to have the freedom of speech like we have today and able to live our lives and not have to work. We have to work, but child, we ain't got to work as a slave. But some of us still got that slave mentality, though. I do want to say that. But I definitely want to shine a light. Um, So what I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and I'm going to wait a few minutes here. Then I'm going to get some people to come in, wait for a few people to come in, and then we're going to talk about a few people here. I know that um, I had find some people that I thought was very, very peculiar in um, like who did it first? Who was the first country singer? Who was the first blues person? All those y'all be surprised who all came up as the person that done it first. It's a lot of people that I have never heard of. I have found. I do want to give you guys the reason why slaves used cornrows. It says here. Let me just pull this up. Oh Lord, what happened? All right, y'all, hold on. Because I found this and I found like this is very uh interesting. Let's start with this. The Cornrows Child. I'm gonna got a picture of it. All right, y'all. So it says cornrows were used to help slaves escape slavery. Slaves used cornrows to transfer information and create maps to the North. Since slaves were not allowed to read or write, they had to pass information through cornrows. It is believed to have originated in Colombia, South America, um, where Binkos Behold in the late 1500s came up with the idea to have women create maps and deliver messages through their cornrows. They were also called cane rows to represent the sugarcane fields that slaves worked in. Um, it says here one style had curved braids. Y'all see that? Hold on, let me show you. Let me show y'all the other. So here goes some of the styles right here. And a lot of men wear their hair braided like that, and stuff like that. So that's it says here the curved braid will represent the roads they would use to escape, and also in their braids they kept gold and hide seeds, which helped them survive after they escaped. They would use the seed to plant crops once they were liberated. Cornrows was the best way to not give back any suspicion to the owner. He would never figure out such a hairstyle would mean they would escape or the route they would take. So that was very interesting from what I understand. I understood, a lot of people didn't understand cornrows, and I know a lot of people get their hair braided, and this is um, one of the reasons why slaves wore cornrows. It was a map to show you, where to go to free yourself from slavery. Wow. Um, you know, that's very awesome to come up to think of something like that and how they could, come up with a way of trying to free themselves in slavery. Um, hold on just a minute, guys. I got so much to share. Um, let me hold on just a minute. Okay, so guys, I do want to share with you guys the first person to ever escape slavery. Um, his name was, hold on. This is just a sketch that I found on history.com. If it'll come up, it may not. It ain't gonna show. It's not gonna show, but I'll show his picture after I get to reading about it. So, um, hold on, y'all, because it's a crazy story how this man freed himself from slavery. Here it is. It won't let me pull it up. But anyway, I'll show the picture when I get there. Um, it says here his name is Henry Box Brown. Henry Box Brown. Him and his wife and children was sold and shipped away to another state in 1848. and he was born in Virginia, and he resolved to escape slavery by any means necessary. With the help of a free and black and white shoekeeper, he hatched a desperate plan to ship himself from Richmond to Philadelphia in a wooden crate. So he freed himself by with a wooden crate. Um, it says here that um, it says here on March the 23rd, 1849, Brown wedged himself into a 3 by 2 foot box labeled dry goods and settled in for a long journey via wagon, steamboat, and railroad to the home of a abolitionist. He only had a few biscuits and some water as supplies. And during one leg of the trip, his crate was placed upside down on the deck of a steamship. He was left sitting on his head for 90 minutes, his eyes swelling as if they were about to bust from their sockets. He nearly passed out before two unsuspecting passengers flipped the box over to use it as a seat. He arrived in Philadelphia after 27 grueling hours inside that cramped, confined box. His incredible story made him a minor celebrity in New England, but he was soon forced to flee the country after the passage of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. Box Brown later spent several years in Great Britain hosting a stage act that documented his escape. He eventually returned to the United States in 1875 and worked as a magician. And as part of each show, he would climb into the same wooden crate that had once carried him to freedom. Wow. So this man, hey, any means necessary, he said he gonna get up out of slavery. Yes, he must was a small man. He must was a small man, child. Look, this is what on history.com. Yeah, let me show you. This it right here. This is what this says here. Child, I've been scared out of my mind. And then that's the crazy thing about it. If you ran away, then they'll come hunt you down and try to kill you just because you escaped from um trying to be from captivity, from being a slave. Like it's crazy. Um, let's see here, guys. Um, as we know a lot about Harriet Tubman. But he's another lady that we'll have to talk about. Her name is Harriet Jacobs. Harriet Jacob escaped slavery for several years in a prison of her own devising. She was born in North Carolina. She spent her teenage year living in fear of a cruel master who refused to let her marry and made repeated and increasingly brutal sexual advances towards her. When harassment continued, even after Jacob had two children by another man, she resolved to make a break for freedom. In 1835, she fled her plantation and briefly hid in some friends' houses. Knowing her chances of making it to the north was slim, she eventually holed up in a small attic crawl space in her grandmother's home. The rat infested room was tiny, only 9 feet long and 7 feet wide, with a sloping ceiling that never reached higher than 3 feet. And Jacobs later wrote that it offered no admission for either light or air. Nevertheless, she would spend an astonishing 7 years living in the coffin like space, watching her children play in the yard through a small peephole and only leaving for brief periods of nighttime exercise. Wow. So she finally made her escape to the north in 1842 after a friend helped her secure passage on a boat bound for Philadelphia. From there, she proceeded by train to New York and reunited with family members. She spent the next few years working in New York and Boston, but remained wary of being captured by her former master until friends helped arrange her purchase and manumission. Jenkins later became an influential abolitionist and published a series account of her deal called Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl. Wow. I wouldn't fit it. Oh Lord. Y'all, like, this is just some of the things that I'm gonna read one more, and then we're gonna move on to something else. It says here that I do want to pull her picture up. This is her picture. This is the pictures of Miss Harriet Jenkins. She was a pretty lady, so imagine what she looked like when she was younger. Like, mm, mm, mm. It's just sickening. Then they want to take away. This is the thing to me is now they want to take away the Black history from want to take away Black history from us or from how can I say it? You want to take away Black history from just take it back. You want to take away from the history books. That's what I'm saying. And these people went through something. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, not at the moment. Y'all done had plenty of everything. So guys, yeah, like uh that was one of that's another person that, a lot of people y'all want to talk about people that, you know, were famous, but we don't talk about. That's one of them. Like, she hid in a crawl space to escape freedom, just only watching her children. Like, could you imagine leaving your children just so you could be free? I had to take mine with me and take the chance. Um, like, so the next one is Ellen William and Ellen Craft. Um, it says here, for sheer creativity and daring, few slaves escape can match the 1848 getaway masterminded by William and Ellen Craft. The two had married in Macon, Georgia in 1846, but were held in slavery by different masters. Terrified of being separated, they devised an ingenious um, plan to flee the deep south for Philadelphia. The light skinned Ellen cut her hair short, dressed herself in men's clothing, and wrapped her head in bandages to pose as an injured white man. Oh, Lord. So, William, meanwhile, assumed the role of her loyal black manservant. Child, Jesus, you got to do what you got to do. On December the 21st, 1848, the craft donned their disguises and board a train to begin the long journey north. The scheme seemed doomed from the very start after Ellen found herself sitting next to a close friend of her master, but her elaborate costume prevented her from being recognized. Oh Lord, I would have been shooting me boo boo with a brick right now. If it says here, the crowd spent the next several days traveling by train and steamer through the South, lodging in fine hotels and rubbing elbows with upper class whites to maintain their cover. Since she could not read or write, Ellen placed her arm in a sling to avoid signing and signing tickets and papers. But her rules were nearly found out when a Charleston steamer clerk refused to sell the pair of their tickets without a signature. Luckily for the crowds, the captain of their previous ship happened to pass by and agreed to sign for her. They arrived in Philadelphia on Christmas Day and were sheltered by abolitionists before continuing on to Boston. Fearing slave hunters, the couple later set sail for England when they wrote a popular account of their escape and raised a family. So hey, you got to do what you got to do to, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a good one though. Like think about all the ways people, it's probably many more stories out there that people have made the decision, like you know of wanting to free themselves from slavery, so they just come up with ways of escaping because they're tired of being treated like they're a nothing or a nobody. So because usually I was, when I was watching Harriet um Friday, I remember one of the older gentlemen said that um, the only thing that will get you caught is fear. If you're scared, you don't need to run. You need to continue to be in slavery. But fear will get you. Basically, what he said will get you caught and will get you. Make the master catch you. So she said, don't be afraid. Just run. So, you know, when looking at Harriet the movie, it was a good movie, y'all guys. Probably not. Like back in the day, it was a lot of, what I'm saying, the reason why I feel like the reason why the owners didn't want but it was a lot of slaves that learned how to write, read and learn. I mean, read and write. I believe it due to the fact that they wanted to keep them dumbed down. So that's the reason why they didn't want them to read and write. And so if they can't read and write, they don't know where to go. They can't read a map, they can't run either. But you know what I'm saying, all they were talking about is God and reading the northern sky. So they talk about look to the stars. So he said, look to the hills and come with your help. All your help come from God. So um so you know hey, that's one of the stories here. But I do want to talk about um and let me look here. I do want to talk about this young lady that I found on Facebook. Like people just posting different people from back in the day or back in the 1800s. They were putting them on they were putting them on Facebook. So I wanted to shine a light on this lady. Her name, let me just pull a picture up. Her name is um her name, it says the lady that circled in the photo was Lucy Higgs Nichols. She was born into slavery in Tennessee. Um, It says here that, but during the Civil War, she managed to escape and find her way to 23rd Indiana Infantry Regiment, which was encamped nearby. She stayed with the regiment and worked as a nurse throughout the war. And after the war, she moved north with the regiment and settled in Indiana, where she found work with some of the veterans of the 23rd. She applied for a pension after Congress passed the Army Nurses Pension Act of 1892. Um, hold on, which allows Civil War nurses to draw pensions for their service. The War Department had no record of her, so her pension was denied. 55 surviving veterans of the 23rd petitioned Congress for the pension they felt she had rightfully earned, and it was granted. The photograph shows Nichols. The photograph that is showing now shows y'all lost my place. Okay, the photograph shows Nichols and other veterans of the Indiana Regiment at the reunion in 1898. Beloved by the troops who referred to her as Aunt Lucy, Nichols was the only woman to receive an honorary induction into the Grand Army of the Republic, and she was buried in an unmarked grave in New Albany with full military honors in 1915. That is awesome. Like, man, look at all the good stuff these people do, and to be treated like so unfairly, and they want to take our history away. Why? This is good history. Like let's look at it. Um, some of this stuff that um was I just came upon this. This is the Old North Church of Boston, Massachusetts, in Boston. Sorry, y'all know I can't pronounce everything. Um, this is L.M. Gillespie of 1913. She was the first female police officer in Philadelphia. Um, this is the Black Star of Queensland, a 733 carat black star sapphire. Originally used as a doorstep, now considered one of the most famous sapphires in the world. The enormous gemstone was discovered accidentally in 1938 by a young boy of around 12 years old. His name was Roy Spencer. When he was playing around in claim where his father used to prospect for sapphires, known as the reward claim, which lies, well, whatever. I'm not gonna read all that, but y'all, that's a big old sapphire right there. Now I wonder how much this sapphire really is worth, because that's a big old sapphire, child. And does not belong to the Holy Roman Emperor, but to different Ferdinand the Second. Wow, this lady got all kinds of stuff, and y'all should know what that is. If y'all don't know, y'all should know. Let me zoom. What y'all think that is? What is that? They go old church, an old car from back in the day. All right, let me get off this woman stuff. But anywho, um, I do want to um I did redo some other research. I wanted to know as well who was the first black person to ever play on TV. Who do y'all think it is? And I'll let y'all know. I can say this it was a woman. It was back in 1939, and I wanted nope, but not from my research. Not from my research, babe. I'm gonna pull up. Have you ever, guys? Nope. Hey, Sequoia. No. Um. No. For what I'm understanding and what I researched is this lady right here. Her name on this date in 1939, the Ethel Waters Show, a variety special, appeared on NBC. Um, on the Ethel Waters Show, Waters, along with black actresses Freddie Washington and Georgette Harvey, performed a dramatic sequence from her hit play Mama's Daughters, also appearing in various skits where actors Philip Loeb and Joey Faye. So this is the first black person to ever appear on a television show. Did you? Oh, girl, I read it wrong. I'm sorry. Look, I look. Okay, girl, I didn't see it when I'm so sorry. I said her. Okay, my bad. I just seen Cicely or Cicely. You're right, honey. Yes, it's Ethel Waters. She is the first black person to ever be televised. Um, I guess when I seen Bojangles, I thought about the chicken place. Lord, why she come up in here destroying the live, talking about this mess that she ain't. Anyway, what's annoying is you sitting up here being extra for no reason. Y'all. This child, she just extra, y'all. Y'all don't know. She just extra. Anyway, okay, y'all. Who was the first black person to sing country music? Who was the first black person to sing? I know y'all should know that, child. Y'all should know who the first black person to sing country music. And I'm gonna pull him up. This is him. I bet you somebody gonna get it. The very first black country singer. Who was that? Charlie Pride. Yes. Yes, Charlie Pride was the very first black country singer. Um, let's see who else we can. Yes, let's see what we find on Charlie Pride. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. This this done messed up. So y'all, Charlie Pride was born March the 8th, 1934. This is the picture of him. He look cockeyed, I see. Let me pull him up. He looked all right back in the day. Okay. Let's pull up Charlie Pride. Y'all, this is Charlie Pride, guys. He was the first black singer. Um, country singer. Let's see here. Now, okay, so who do you guys was the first black person to ever own a record label? Who was the first black man to own? Go put it up.
Why?
His own first.
Why? Because it's supposed to be frozen.
Own his first American-owned record company. Who was the? I'll give you guys. He owned his own. Um, he was a black man. He was a man, and he owned his own record company. Who do you guys think that is? He looked Indian. Yeah. Yes, you did, Edward. You did. Sam Cooke. No, Sam Cooke was a singer. Um, let's see here, y'all. I'm gonna pull him up. He look a little white, but he a little black. He black. He light skinned. He a light skinned. His name is his name is Harry Pace in The Rise and Fall of Black Swan Records. So he owned, his name was Harry Pace, and he was the first major black owned record label in the United States. So he started it in Harlem Renaissance, New York, and his artist was UB Blake, Florence Mills, Fats Waller, um, in nightclubs. It says were performing in dance hall and nightclub, including Edmund Seller and the Lincoln Theater. So yes, that's who owned that. Right. Oh, it says here that he owned his own record label. It says here, Black Swan Blues, the hard rise and brutal fall of the first black owned record label. So he owned his own record label. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. The most famous. Let's see here. Black. Blues group. Okay, y'all. So who was the top five blues band back in the day? I have the top five blues rock bands of all time. Name the top five. Y'all should know them. Y'all should know the top two. Who do y'all think is the number one? One of them from Mississippi. Well, both of them from Mississippi. Why are the blues coming from Mississippi? But see, down here in the South, okay, BB King is number two. The first one is who? And he way back in the day. He way back in the day. Um, and I'm talking about he back in the day. Jim Hendrix. No, it's not Jimi Hendrix. Here. Yes, it's Muddy Waters. Yes, it is Muddy Waters, honey. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Down here in Mississippi, man, if y'all didn't, if you weren't from Mississippi, from down in the South, unless when every Saturday morning when your mama then wake up, and this is me, I'm 36 years old.
26 years old.
Um, every Saturday morning from the time I was younger till I was grown, my aunt, my mama, and everybody that I know, every Saturday morning we used to hear some Muddy Waters, some BB King, some we used to listen to all kinds of blues in the morning. That's why I'm so, because you have to, if you didn't hear that in the morning time, man, on Saturdays, man, you didn't know what it was like growing up down in the South. Like we used to, when my mom, when we listened to the blues, we knew it was time to get up, clean your room, clean the house. We're gonna eat breakfast, and that's gonna be about it. But you're gonna hear some Muddy Waters, some Mel Waiters. We're gonna hear all BB King. We're gonna hear, yeah, we, down here we got all kinds of blues. I used, what I'm saying, I have an auntie, man, that had every cassette tape you could think of from back in the day. Like my aunt, she loved her some Muddy Water, cause child, Muddy Water was where it was at, honey. And the man that, let me tell y'all something, the baddest man on the harmonica. The baddest man playing the harmonica. To me. What's his name? Um, who do y'all think it is? He used to play the harmonica. Hey, Angie, how you doing? Um, got his name.
God is good, your Lord.
Solitaire Big Walter. Mm-mm. Y'all, I bet you if I call my auntie, I bet you she'll tell me. That could sing that harmonica. Hold on. Um, okay, I'm about to get ready to go too. I gotta get the kids prepared for bed too. But
I
yeah.
wish my best friend did too.
So, but y'all, I wouldn't be able. What time is? I wouldn't be able to end this night, y'all, without shining the light on the first black man. Hold on, let me see if he's.
It's 8 o'clock in morning. It's 80 and 40 in the morning.
The first black man to own his own studio outright. Who do you guys think is the first black man to own his own Universal Studios out in Atlanta? I'm gonna bring it to out here because I feel like he don't get he give us so many, his black people so many opportunities. Y'all, I can't speak on nobody else. I know a lot of people feel that some type of way about Tyler Perry. But one thing about Tyler Perry, you can say he do give his color the opportunity to shine. Let me tell y'all something that I was reading. Let me pull Tyler Perry up. So, a lot of people don't know this, but I was reading an article about the Medill guy. No, he don't. No, Tyler Perry don't get enough of what he does for his black community. I give him that. But I'm gonna shine a light on Tyler Perry. Because Tyler Perry, he does a lot for his black community. He gives people that are unseen the opportunity to shine. And that's what you're supposed to do for your black community. Now, I was reading an excerpt on Taraji P. Y'all know that Taraji P, all those movies that she played on before she got on Why Did I Acrimony. What's the one that she was singing on? That one, I think, was another one that she did. So she was not getting paid what she was worth. I read this today, and she said that Sony wouldn't pay her $500,000 to. Right. Okay. Do I remember that woman too? She didn't play Taraji P. I thought she played on she was saying that old Negro spirit, oh Lord, I need you to help me. Hold on. I know. But let me just say this. The reason why people say that because he keeps the move. Okay. Let me just say this. The reason why people feel that way is because he brings it to the forefront, and he gives you his, I can say, his feeling on it and how it looks in the world, in our black community. How, okay, like the one that he had, Joe. Joe talked about my Black Lives Matter, burn down everything. Y'all got to watch the one that's coming that done came out on Netflix. Joe was telling, and he was, to me, it was making him see like, okay, this is what it looks like when someone's in the African American community burning down their own shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can do bad all by myself. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, y'all. So, and then he's trying to give you, like, you see that it's a lesson in everything that in his Medill videos. There's a lesson in everything. I can do bad all by myself. A married woman got thrown out by her husband. The side chick comes, want him for all his money, but as soon as he fell down, who did he call to lift him back up? Oh, you want my wife. But, she did her part. She did treat him bad for a minute, but then she had to think about it. But there's a lesson in everything he does. In everything, there's a lesson. And in my opinion, in every play, in every movie, there's a lesson. And even in Acrimony, it's funny. It's very funny. But it's a lesson in all of Tyler Perry's movies and plays. And Jalen, I'm about to kick you out. So I do want to let you guys know that if y'all haven't watched it, and just, even though it may be fictional, but there's a lesson behind it. Like some of these movies that we watch, there's no lesson in it. But in his, there is a lesson. There is a lesson. Even in the last one, it just tells you, let whoever be like, I can't, if y'all ain't watched, I can't tell you, but basically let people be who they are. Let people live their life the way they want to live their life. Still love them. Even though they make the choices that they make, their choices don't affect you. That's why I like about his movies. I used to love watching what's the one with the one that come on after that? Not the haves and the have nots, but the other ones. I forgot about that one. But when they the wife pregnant by the black guy, it's a whole mess. Anyway, I did want to shine the light on Tyler Perry, guys. Get into Tyler Perry. He is the first black man to own his own studio. That is an accomplishment within itself because ain't too many of us have no opportunities like that. But he's giving an opportunity. He's giving so many opportunities to our black community, and we commend him. I commend him myself for that. Exactly, Trisha. The lesson to those who don't know already, child. Because it's sad that I'm gonna say this. It's sad a lot of grown folk are just ignorant to the fact of certain things. I'm ignorant to of some things. That means you're not an ignorant person, but you don't know certain things. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can just describe these stuff, girl, but honey, I forget the titles. I can truly say it's some of us in the black community that just act like they don't know no better. But it's true. It's sad, but some of us are just ignorant to a lot of things. But you want to have an input. Even me, I get on here and I could be wrong, but at least I can backtrack my words and say I was wrong. But if some people won't even take ownership, it won't say, hey, I made this mistake. Hey, I did this. And I know I was wrong. But it's so many of us in the black community, we're toxic as hell. And I'm just gonna say that. And it is what it is. Some of us in the black community are just toxic. And it's just sad to say, but it's true. Because we don't know how to own nothing, but we sure can put our mouth on everything.
I put my mouth on everything.
Jello, don't you ever say that again. Anyway, y'all. Okay, Lord, that didn't even sound right. Yes. Oh, Lord Jesus. Anyway, guys, I do want to share. Jesus. Don't say that ever again. Anyway, y'all. Y'all made like y'all didn't hear that. Y'all made like y'all didn't hear that. Jesus. So the last but not least, guys, I do want to shine the light on this man. He had no scandals in the White House. He's an exceptional. He was a two-term president. Two-term, honey. And many people back in the day from where we come from wouldn't believe that a black man will be sitting in that office. Do you hear me? But here he is. Child, he came in there black, but he came out gray. But that's all right, though. That's all right, though. But this is our 44th president, guys. I want to shine the light on President Barack Obama. I know a lot of y'all were pissed off about the taxes situation where you had to get health care in order to get your taxes. But hell, he was trying to keep your ass alive. Did you just say that? I know a lot of people was pissed off about that, but at least he was trying to get health care for everybody. Yes, they are the most phenomenal couple. Honey, I ain't gonna never forget the inauguration, honey. Michelle and Barack, Michelle came to slay, and she slayed that hairstyle, child. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my hair slayed like that, child. Child, like y'all know, President Biden, his best friend, is going to be live on tonight. He might be live right now doing his State of the Union speech. I do want to listen to him because, guys, there's a lot going on with Russia. And I really would have thought about, you know what I'm saying? I think Obama would have sanctioned him, would have cut off all supply to the US with Putin. Because we didn't have these Putin problems. But see, DT, let me just say that. He was far up his butt. So, but Barack wasn't. Because he didn't have them problems with Putin. Yes. They do step every time. I ain't gonna lie, like they slay. And he loves his wife. You didn't hear no scandals. You know, scandals or anything like that was plastered all over the news. They tried to stop everything this man did to try to make this success, you know, have a success to give to the American people. That's what it's about. We put you in there to give us what we want. Y'all, I don't understand. I think Biden is just, he gonna have, you know, they got those advisors. So I don't know. But I know this is something that us in the Black community, you know, even though they try to question, was he born in America? Was he, you know, a U.S. citizen? But anyway, but he was a phenomenal president, in my opinion. Yeah, he with any presidency, y'all don't understand. Like, they can put it in the forefront and wanting this done and wanting that done and wanting this done, but it's up to the Senate. It goes to the House of Representatives, and then it goes to the Senate to be voted on. If it don't get passed, it ain't nothing the president can do. Putin. Like, we didn't. He already Putin talking about he done got his those bombs on alert. What them things is? Them I forgot what they call. I'm telling y'all, my mind ain't working today. I'm sleeping. Anyway, but y'all, let's just pray. I do want to say pray for the Ukrainians, the people in Ukraine that are staying to fight for their country because of the senseless act of Putin trying. It sounds like I'm saying Putin. Yeah, nuclear. He has his nuclear bombs on high alert. Child, he might try to bomb the United States just because we cut money off from him. Yes, pray for the Ukrainians and the people that's in Ukraine that's fighting for to have freedom of democracy. See, Putin, he's trying to be a dictator. He's trying to be like this man from the Soviet Union, trying to get that all back together. No, you know what I'm saying? These people are wanting to have a democracy instead of a dictatorship where I rule. Nobody want to be a part of the Soviet Union anymore. But anyway, I know our, magnificent president. I do want to say Kamala Harris is the first Black U.S. Vice president. I'm going to say assistant president. But I will commend Joe Biden by giving us the first Black woman as a Supreme Court judge. I do want to say that. But you can't beat but this man right here, he had the whole shebang in his hand, the whole entire nation. And that lets you know that should inspire you to tell your children that, you know what, You could be whatever when Barack Obama got in office, that let our black people know that, you know what, we can tell our children for real, you can be the president. You can be anything you want to be. You can be the Supreme Court judge. You can be the vice president of the United States. You can be the governor of your state. You can be the mayor of your state. You can be a senator. You can be whatever you want to be. Because because so many people in our black community that had done it. And this man was a senator and from Chicago and moved all the way up to the United States president. And he just said, yes, we can. You remember when he was riding on, yes, we can. And we did. And we conquered. No, ain't no cookies. So y'all, let's keep our black history alive. You know, even if they're taken away, please just, you know, encourage your children. If they have questions about your black history, you know, question about Martin Luther King, questions about Barack Obama and, you know, what he stood for. He stood for his people. He stood for our civil rights. He stood for free health care. He wanted everybody to have not free health care, but everybody to have health care. Even though you know, a lot of people got pissed off at him because, you know what I'm saying, they if you didn't get health care, you couldn't get prove that you got health care, you were gonna get the taxes taken or you gonna get penalized. But let me tell you this. When you sitting there sick as a dog, when you sitting there sick as a dog, he do the State of the Union tomorrow, y'all. Yeah, I just watched it on the news. And then y'all, I do want y'all know, I did not know this, y'all. There is a black it's called BNC on, it's called the Black News Channel. Y'all need to check that out. I'm watching it now. I did not know this. This is on my TV. It's called the Black News Channel. And that's what I'm saying, guys. If you for your people, support your people. I do advise everybody to do what you can to support black-owned businesses. I understand some of us black people don't do right, but child, you know what I'm saying? It is people out here that really is putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, really is putting in the work, really giving you, you know, good customer service, really fixing things, and, you know, like usual, you know, I basically anything that I get done in my house, I try my best to use or get done to my car or get done fixed in the house or get my air conditioner fixed or something like that. I use my black owned business because, you know, that's who you should support. But if they don't do right, child, y'all know where I'm going next. And I just, it is what it is.
What's his name?
His name is Barack Obama. He was the first black president.
And it was just his birthday.
Yeah.
Now it's what's his name?
Who?
Dr. Seuss' birthday.
Yeah, it's Dr. Seuss.
Cause you know what?
Dr. Seuss ain't like Barack Obama, baby. Dr. Seuss is a fictional character. Barack Obama's the real thing. So
hi, Dr.
Anyway, y'all, I'm about to get out of here, guys. Tomorrow we will be
live 8:30.
We will be live. I'm gonna try to be on time for the live. Y'all, it's something on my lip. I can't stand it.
It's a ball. Y'all can't see me.
Anyway,
everybody busted.
I will be discussing some of the things that has came to my phone, to my inbox. Shout out to King Chris World.
Hey, Chris World.
Shout out to
Miss
Sheila. They have gave me some information on some things, guys. And y'all, I did do a video giving you guys an update on the little boy in the freezer. If you guys have not watched that video that was found, body was found in the freezer, go check that out and give me your thoughts on that. I want to do another video detailing because everybody's questioning the mother of the month. Hey, questioning the mother's motive or why she didn't call the police. I do want to say this. For what I'm understand, the mother was handcuffed everywhere she go. So she wasn't free or at will to do anything no more than be in that house. So, guys, that's all what I have for tonight. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. If you want to be subscribed, if you want to join the membership, please join. That's on YouTube. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Y'all have a good night.
I want to see a video of